Planner Training Session 15, Printing. Okay, so this is the last of the planner training sessions, and here we're going to be taking a look at printing. It's a very popular feature with Planner, and really often for people using Planner with Community Edition takes the place of their reporting that they may do through the main application, the Personal Edition, Small Team Edition, Enterprise Edition, when using the product commercially. And so printing allows us to take whatever we've currently got in the plan or task area, the picture of the Gantt chart, the task list, whatever we've got in the risk area and the issue area, and put it into a PDF document or a printed piece of paper. So let's have a quick look at how all that works. Here in the menu item we've got print. We have three different options. We can just go straight for print, we can preview what we're going to produce, or we can check the print options first. So the print options allow us to set some margins, to decide whether we're printing out as a landscape or a portrait arrangement. So we're going to take this one to portrait, I think. And we can also then decide about a header image. So here you can put in standard project in a box image, or you can put in an image for your own organisation or your customer if you're producing a report for them. You can specify the size of that as well. And then in the title we've got a number of different options we can drop in here. The plan, name, file name, date, etc. Onto that title section. And then in contents we can either do a print of the current view, or we can switch that off and then select the various items we want from our plan, risk and issue areas. So let's go with this, which is just print of the current view. And now we've set up our options as we want them, we can simply print preview, and that's showing us what we're going to see. So we've got our Gantt chart there. If we go onto our second sheet, we've got our task list associated with it, and that goes onto, spills over onto a third page. And you'll see it picks up the colorings that we're using against our tasks, etc., and gives us, a pretty good list of the contents of the various fields. Where we've got a lot in, for example, our description, it pushes all that out. So quite a lot of good detail there. And obviously, if we then go to a final print, that's going to put it onto PDF or onto Word, or onto the printer as we find we want to go. Now, if we go back to our options, and instead of the current view, select everything there, and let's put some grid lines in as well. Now, when we do our print preview, we've got 6 pages, much bigger report layout. So we've got grid lines. We can see a little bit better what's going on in our task list area there, and then we've got a sheet for our risks, and these work quite nicely with the sort of table arrangement at the top and the risks listed out underneath. Same sort of thing for the issues there, and then we've got some risk responses showing as well. So that's all that prepared quite nicely, and again we can then print that out when we're ready to go. Now, we were looking here in the risks, we just had one response showing. So if we come back here and go on to show all responses like that, then we can come back and print preview again. So this time we should find, when we come through to the end onto 6, we've got all of our responses showing. So it picks up from whatever we've got running there, and that means if we want to get out, we sort of, on one of those very early tours, we looked at getting the cost information out by switching our plan to the cost view, and then we took the Gantt chart and we took the table out as a CSV, and we could sort of line all that up could line all that up in a spreadsheet or on a Word document. But this way we can come and get that out really straight away into our report. So let's come and do print options. We'll just go for the current print view. Let's stick it into a landscape instead. And then when we preview it, we've got a nice full Gantt chart there, and then we've got our cost data coming out nice and wide and easy to read it all. So the views persist all the way through into our reporting as well. We can see we've got our file name coming out, our date and time, our section title, the fact that we're in tasks or in the Gantt type display of tasks, all nicely laid out for us. We've got obviously our logos in here as well. Now actually it always puts the Project in a Box logo in as one. I've chosen the logo again, which happens to be the same, which is why we've got both in. So if you want to, you can put in, like I say, your own company logo or your customer logo, etc., or you can just leave it, so you don't need to use one at all. So there we go, printing. Really quite straightforward, but really very popular. Like I say, if you're using our commercial products, you'll be able to take the data that's here straight into those and get some even better reporting out, and mix it together with commentaries and images and a whole range of different things. But if you just want a very quick snapshot of where you are in your project from your planner file, especially if you're using plans, risks and issues all in one file, you can switch on the views you want, run a report, and you get all that out really quite neatly, so you go away and use it and share it with people. Okay, thank you very much.